Hey, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine, and I am here live with a project for you this morning. And today I have quite the mashup going. So here is the card we are going to make. I'm trying to get the opals, but I can't really quite get the opals in there. But there's 2 opal rounds on there, so you'll see when I point the camera down. So I'm actually using quite a bunch of different products. There's only about a week and a half left of Sale-A-Bration. So I wanted to feature the In Your Words stamp set this week. You're going to see this on my projects this week on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. But I'm also featuring the Delicate Dahlias stamp set from Sale-A-Bration. So Delicate Dahlias is one you can get free with a $100 purchase. And it is amazing. I did not grab it. And then this one, In Your Words, you may be like, where is that? And it's on page 17, all in the back. And this is an exclusive stamp set if you host and spend $300. So hosting can be anything. It can be you putting in your own $300 order, or you sharing with some friends and getting your order to $300 if you have some crafty friends. And the paper I'm using is Sweet Symmetry. So this is from the annual catalog. Here's a sample of all the little papers. So I'm using the one at the bottom middle. I think they might be upside down here, but that's okay. It looks kind of like a tulip. And what's crazy is I'm going to be doing the Joseph's Coat technique. So that's definitely not a new technique to me, but I don't know if I've ever featured it in my videos. But I'm going to be doing it right directly onto the Designer Series paper. So I'm going to point my camera down at my station and jump right in. This is definitely not hard, but there's a bunch of steps. So I want to walk you through each step, and I kind of want to try to get through this in about 30 minutes. So hold tight while I point my camera down. I also want some time at the end because I have my stamp camp this week. And I want to show you the projects for that. So I know I popped up, but I want to see if I can find myself. That's not really where I want to be. So give me a second to make sure I can find myself in the feed here. Okay, here I am. Okay, so let's start and do the Joseph's Coat technique directly onto the Designer Series paper. So again, the paper is Sweet Symmetry, and since it's kind of the end of kind of official summer in the next couple days, these are kind of bright summery colors. So I'll talk about the color combination as I go here. And then the In Your Words stamp set for the sentiment, and then the Delicate Dahlias. Okay, so I'm like running out of space on my table. But I'm going to bring over some scrap paper just to protect everything. And let me get rid of this really quick. There's things that are popping up, so on my end. Okay, so scrap paper. My Sweet Symmetry is the little pretty Flirty Flamingo one with the tulip print. And all I'm really going to do is I'm going to put Dahlias with Versamark over this. And I know you're not going to be able to see it, honestly, like I'm right over the top of it and I can't see it. Let me pick this up. So I'm just using Versamark, and I'm going to go in 3 corners. And I'm going to try not to overlap. And I probably should be using a Pierce mat because this is photopolymer, and I'm not. I did not grab it when I did this earlier. So I went in that corner. I'm going to kind of go in this corner. I'm going to try not to overlap them, but if I do overlap them, in one of my samples I did overlap, but I'm going to show you a fix for that if you do end up overlapping. So, okay, so this is where the magic is going to happen. I stamped with Versamark. I want to grab my clear embossing powder. So I'm doing this video now too because if you don't have embossing powders, like in the next week and a half is a great time to invest in some of these things during Sale-A-Bration. You can actually earn a free products if you spend $50. You can earn free products if you spend $100, and then free products if you spend the $300 to get the sentiment I'm using today. So I'm just sprinkle that over the top. I want to carefully pick this up and tap off the excess, and then I'm going to funnel it right back into the container. And I want to try to not grab or touch any of the spots. I want to be really super careful when I pick this up. So if you have like tweezers, you could pick up with tweezers. And now I'm going to funnel this back into my container and try not to sneeze or breathe, honestly, because I don't want it going flying everywhere. Okay, I can get the rest later. I'm just going to put this one underneath so I don't make an utter mess. Okay, so yeah, it's a little messy. I can't see comments today, so I don't know if you guys write a comment, I might not be able to get to them to the end. But now I have my Versamark and I want to heat up with my heat tool. So I'm going to grab it. It's actually right beside me. Oh, I need to reach down to get it. Okay. So this is going to get a little bit loud. I apologize, but I wanted to walk you through each step if you're newer and you're not familiar with heat embossing. So I'm actually going to pick this up and again, try not to touch the Versamark, but it's going to go from the white powder to a clear. And I probably should just kind of move that a little bit. So you can see it moving to like the clear. Okay, so now it looks shiny and clear over the top. So now I am ready to add my ink. So let me bring this back over. I didn't want this going flying away while I was trying to heat emboss, but you can kind of see, hopefully you can see where it's shiny and clear. And I'm gonna color over this with just Jade ink. And it's gonna show the pink through the green. So I'm just gonna bring over my Just Jade. I'm using a blending brush for this, and I'm not gonna be too concerned about getting like blobs of ink onto my paper, but I'll go off a little tiny bit. And I'm not gonna do, oh, this is gonna shake the table, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna do the whole entire thing. I did one earlier so I could show you. But as you add ink, and I covered the whole entire sheet with ink, but I didn't go super dark on the non-embossed areas. But once you go across the entire thing, it's going to eventually look like this. So I think you kind of get the gist. You just keep adding layers of ink with your blending brush. It looks like I have like a little hair or a little thread there. Let me grab that. So you want to cover up, but you can see I didn't cover up like all the designer series paper. So pretty much you want to have a darker ink for coloring to bring out the colors behind. Okay, so let me get rid of this, and I think you guys get it, but if you have questions, let me know. Hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks for commenting. I did see that now, so maybe my commenting thing is working. Okay, so the sentiment is just this cute one. Hope this card makes you smile. I love the sentiments in this In Your Words stamp set. And I know it's $300, so that is a little bit of a commitment. And this is an optical illusion. I'm just stamping it on a piece of basic white 2x4. And I'm going to punch it out with the Everyday Label Punch. Okay? And it looks like it's not gonna fit. And I'm telling you, a lot of our stuff, optical illusion, you could go horizontal or vertical for this. Okay. So, like I said, I did this one earlier and see, you can kind of see how these two overlapped a little bit. So I want to show you a fix for that. And you can see it, this one actually has several mistakes. I think I touched some of the Versamark, some of the embossing powder when I was embossing because my hands were dirty. So one thing about this, if you're going to make multiple cards, try to like wash your hands a lot between the coloring of the ink. I got some green Just Jade fingertips, but you want to make sure you don't touch because I think this down here is like my fingerprints, but I'm just going to leave it. You know, hey, you guys are the only ones that know it's my fingerprints now. So let's get these layers together. So again, the Designer Series paper was 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I just went 1/8 of an inch on the Flirty Flamingo cardstock. So it's 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I'll put the measurements below, so no need to write those down or anything. And then I went to a Just Jade Card Base, so 4 1/4 by 11, and then score in half at 5.5. And just using liquid glue, but I'm going to use dimensionals and glue dots so for the rest of the embellishing. So I have a piece of ribbon and I want to put that on there, but I kind of want to get my placement. Like I said, I'm going to fix this little mistake here. So I'm just going to put the sentiment right there because I kind of wanted them a little bit spaced out so they weren't overlapping. So let me get my ribbon. My ribbon is 7.5 inches. And what I just did is I just kind of folded it in half and figured out where I kind of about want it about there. So I am just going to put some glue dots on there. So I want 2 glue dots, one in the back and then kind of one to hold the layers together. So like one there and one in the middle to hold the layers together. Okay, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this and I want it down a little bit from the top. Okay, so that looks good. And then this guy I'm gonna pop up on dimensionals. This is the ribbon from the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. So you get 3. You get a Just Jade, a white, and then one that's silver, white, and like Misty Moonlight, the twine. So you get 3 different colors in that pack. So if you don't have that one, that's a great one to purchase. So when I was making this card, what I started with is I started with colors that were more on the yellow-orange side, and I thought I was going to do blue with Misty Moonlight, and then I did not like it. It actually was dark and reminded me of Halloween, so it actually would be great for Halloween. So if you want to try this, I used the Nature's Harvest designer paper with Misty Moonlight, and it just reminded me of Halloween, so I kind of changed up. So when you're playing around with this technique, yeah, look at like, I guess you could try it, but the color combination here is like the perfect color combination. So the other one I tried, I did not like so much. And then I just put on a couple opal rounds. So the first one I did large. I just have a couple small ones here. So I'm just gonna throw some couple small ones on, and these are really kind of cool because they kind of take on the color of your card. So I'm really liking these lately, and you can see my whole pack is almost gone. A few of the large ones left. I like the larger ones for 3D projects better. Oh, all right, so maybe I won't be using that one. Sometimes this happens and the adhesive is stuck on the sheet. So I think that's what happened with one of these guys. So let me try to see if I can get it off. Nope. Well, you get the gist. one opal dot on this one. But here's the original sample, so pretty similar. I just moved the sentiment to fix my mistake with kind of how it overlapped. Okay, so I hope you guys try this technique. If you do, let me know. I would love to see your samples. I think there's lots of different possibilities. And like I said, if I take that card I made earlier and move it into a Halloween card, I'll share the sample. But I wanted to take a minute or two to talk about what else is going on. Well, what else is going on? Sale-A-Bration is ending on September 30th, so we have about 11 days left to buy, host, or join. And I'll talk about that at the very end, but I'm going to move over and show you the projects from my Nature's Harvest Stamp Camp. So if you're on my mailing list, this will be going out tomorrow as a last call to sign up. I am closing registration on this Tuesday, September 21st at noon Eastern. So it's 5 projects. There's 4 cards and a box. And I have 3 different, it's an in-person event, so you can come in person. You can take it to go if you live any place in the United States. And if you're a demonstrator watching, I do have a PDF tutorial option as well. So here are the cards. They are super pretty and simple. This one I think might be my favorite, but this one was kind of what I did, and then I followed it up with this because this is the negative from this card. So I really loved, I think, these two the best. But these are so simple and beautiful. It's so hard to see. Like, this one is so gorgeous in person. So you are getting in this class 2 embellishments and a 1/4 pack of paper of the Designer Series paper, so you can make additional cards with it. And again, the details are on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. If you click over to the classes link, this is the box we are going to make. These are the scalloped, craft scalloped boxes, so we're going to make a box as well. So super cute, super sweet and simple class. And again, that's closing this Tuesday. So let me just bring my camera up to finish off. I actually thought I would be on for quite a bit longer, but I didn't ink up the whole front of that Designer Series paper just to make the video go a little quicker. So again, I actually do a PDF tutorial and I post it every Friday on my Facebook page at Facebook, Christine, Create with Christine. So if you want to download those PDFs, you can go there every week and download the PDF. So there'll be a PDF tutorial with instructions for this card. Yeah, and just to sign off, hey Vicki, good morning. Thanks for tuning in this morning. My host code for September, I will be closing that on September 30th, that evening. So that is WVDPYTMH. So if you saw something today and you want to get in on getting something during Sale-A-Bration, let me know, or you can go online and place an order under that host code. You are actually going to get the 4 make and takes I just showed, the 4 cards, if you place an order by September 30th on that host code. And I think I'm just going to sign off there. Again, shop, join, or host by September 30th during Sale-A-Bration for all the perks. And let me know if you have questions about joining. Just to recap that one more time, I know I've talked about it quite a bit the past couple weeks. There are details on my blog, christinestamps.blogspot.com. Click on Join the Fun, and you can get all my details of why you want to join. But why you want to pretty much join right now is you can get a free bundle in your starter kit. So it's $125 of merchandise for $99 plus tax only if you live in a taxable state like Massachusetts. So you get free shipping on that initial order, and right now you can pick out a free bundle from the mini catalog, so a lot of the holiday bundles. And guys, some of them are $60. So it's putting your starter kit value over 200 when you add in the 125. You get free shipping, a free paper pumpkin kit in that one order, and then you get that free bundle. So you're paying $99. Let's just do Massachusetts is 6.25%, so it's like $105.19, and your value is over 200. So hey, it's like a 50% off coupon. So if you have questions before Sale-A-Bration ends, shoot me a message, or actually right before I got on here, I got a text from one of my customers, so I got to go look at that. And I will see you next week with another project. Thanks so much for tuning in.